Welcome back to Farm Sim 22 with Kenny Rogers. Well, that's what my character looks like anyway. Hey Lynn, sound check, video check, check, dinner check, Czech Republic, checkerboard square. I'm all checked out. Check me out. Andy, how you doing? Thank you very much, Scorpion. All righty. I can't remember what the hell I was doing, so we'll just play it by ear. Let me put this tractor away. Here, over here. All right, look at Kenny. He's looking good. And he's magic. He jumps from vehicle to vehicle. What about that? Does anybody remember what the hell I was doing? Because I don't remember. Okay, let's see here. This is not even my field, so why is my combine here? What? This is my field over here. Interesting. All right, it's canola, and it's growing, and it's fertilized 100%. Let me kick my speed boots in here. And AVM, all good. Audio, video, microphone, all good. Nope. All right. This one needs lime, but it's a little late to put it on. 38. 38 is growing. It needs lime again. It's all too late. It's all too beautiful. I remember that song. And 37 is growing, and then 43 is harvested. Okay, so I can come up here with my trusty. Oh, wait a minute. Did it need plowing? It doesn't need plowing, so I can just cultivate this. Good. I just finished modding a new cultivator. I've been modding for 2 days now, and I was modding for 2 days before that. So I've just been modding up a storm. I don't even remember what you've seen and what you haven't seen, Will. But oh, I can show you one thing that I did. Let's grab this tractor. And somebody left Kenny in here with it running. What the hell? Okay, so I got a mod, and I modded it to be free. Well, it costs you to place it, but the item you get from it is free. So I'll show you that. Now, granted, you have to go a little bit ways away from the farm, but that's not my fault. There's no water close to the farm, except for that great big river, which you can't get a piece of equipment down to. So I had to find water that's free. And I found this little lake over here. There's a little lake here, and you got some kind of a hunting nest there. I don't know what the hell that's for. It's still a bit too far away from the lake to use it as a diving board, but I don't know what the hell that thing is. I have no clue. But I placed on the lake a little water spot right there. And you can take your equipment and back into it By the way, this is a placeable. You can place this anywhere you find water. So if you're playing the American farm and you've got those little empty looking creeks in between your fields, that's enough water to put a trigger in. And you can get water, and it's free. So look, I'm filling it up, and it didn't cost me no money. And it's placeable. I can put it anywhere I want as long as there's water. If there's a water source. So we got free water for the peoples. There's no excuse for the great unwashed anymore. There's free water. You can wash up anywhere that you can't want to. Hey, Wayne. You're home and playing FS22? Good job, buddy. Just so you know, I said I've been very busy modding. I actually haven't got to play the game at all, except for to come in and test the mods that I'm doing. And playing the live streams, the only playing I've done. But when I get to a point where I feel comfortable, I'm gonna purchase a server, and maybe some of you guys want to come and play. We'll see how it goes. We might be able to play for a day or two before we get pissed off at each other and start fist fights. And Lynn, we're gonna have to keep Lynn and Scorpion apart, because the last time we played together, Scorpion kept hiding Lynn's brand new truck in the lake. Had a bath after lunch. Wow, how sloppy an eater are you? Well, lunch was good. Gotta go take a nap. And a bath first, though. Okay, so free water. All right. Cool beans. Let's see here. I got... I was going to go get a cultivator. So I have a mod that's a plow that's modeled after this cultivator right here. So I didn't want to mod this cultivator as a cultivator. So I took this one here and I modded it. So you can see this is Rudeman 53. That's my mod. And I'm going to purchase that. And we're going to type 2 front and back, blue. I like blue. We're going to do a Rudeman 53. That's me. There we go. Buy it. Buy it. Buy it. Buy it. Buy it. Okay. Let's grab... we'll grab this. TikToks SC, how are you? Nothing's up today. Has nothing to do with my age. Just haven't got there yet. Holy freaking commute. Oh, I'm mean. I thought I was whiny. Can't I be both? Yeah, Wayne's a helicopter pilot. Have you met Wayne Lynn? Wayne's a helicopter pilot. He lives in Texas, and he flies in hell. So, man, that thing is blue. I'm so blue. TikTok says hi, everybody. Wayne and I play Red Dead Redemption together on the Xbox every once in a while. And there's been really nothing new over there that I went in and oh, Wayne, there was they had all the camp things. They had all the camp things on sale. So I went and bought all the camp themes for the game the other day. Alright, I'm lost. Which field was I going to? That big one over there. So let's see. I've modded this cultivator to do about 17 miles an hour. I told you I had a problem in the game because of the new physics. If you go too fast, it skips, it jumps, it hops. And so I had to slow it down. So I can't do 24 miles an hour with things anymore like we used to. Until I figure out if there's a fix for that. Whoop. Yeah, talk about broke, Wayne. I don't know if you've heard, but I ordered this game on the PC. I ordered the collector's edition. It's $80, and I still haven't got it. So I couldn't play the game. So to be able to play the game and do my live streams, I bought the Xbox version. So I have the Xbox version. I played that a couple of live streams, but I hated it. And I broke down and bought from Giant, I bought another copy of the game. So I'm playing on the PC now, but I'm still waiting for my $80 game. I've spent almost $200 on this stupid game already. All right, so the cultivator seems to work pretty good, and it does about 16 to 17 miles an hour. That's what I wanted. That's what I got. And it was blue. I mentioned that I didn't mod the other one that I'm using as a plow because I didn't... Whoa. What? I read Shakespeare? I do read Shakespeare. I don't understand it. But I have read Shakespeare. Anyway, the plow that I use... Where's the plow I use? I don't know. Where's the plow I use? Well, let's go see if we can find it. Let me... Is that it? I didn't think it'd fit in the shed. I guess it does. Anyway, that plow right there is actually a cultivator that was modded to plow. And I didn't want the plow and the cultivator to look alike, so I didn't do that. I didn't buy the red cultivator. I did the blue one. And it's a little bit, well, it's almost as wide, but it's a little bit smaller. It's not as deep. That's okay. All right, hey, these speed boots need to be calmed down a little bit. All right, we're off. Yeah, I know, Scorp. I know that. It's just, I'm trying to be Daggerwin and, you know, do things like, I haven't cultivated yet, so I want to cultivate. It's just a matter of play style. I mean, I modded the damn thing. I'm going to use it. Is that okay? How do I know if it works if I don't use it? But yeah, there's a lot more physics in this game. So you'll notice that the field's pretty flat right now because it's not plowed. So the tractor seems pretty good. But if you get a little bit of terrain, this thing will be bouncing around like... one of them bouncy ball things you see at an 8-year-old's birthday party. Hey, Craig. Don't panic. Craig's taking a day off, and Scorpion's playing hooky today, and his wife doesn't know. Well, she might now. She might know now, but he told me earlier his wife didn't know. Hey, it's hot dog time. Oh, there's hamburgers on the grill, but there's none going around. I'd rather have a hamburger than a hot dog. Unless it's a chili dog. I like chili dogs.
Oh, yeah.
Here comes Andy. Go, Andy, go. Didn't spill a drop. Andy's expensive. I did that on purpose. I made Andy a little bit more expensive because I didn't want people abusing Andy. If I made it easy, if I made it cheap, Andy's not cheap. That's a lot of beer. It's a lot of hard work. You know, I don't want to abuse Andy. So Scorpion got a shout out. He's farming. See what else we need to do on the old farm. I need to work on this mod next. As soon as I get that, well, I don't have to wait for that to be. I don't think I have to wait for that to be done. It's what? It's June. It's June, so. All right. All right. Talking about mods, if you look in the upper right-hand corner, we have real time now. It's December. It's Thursday. It is 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It's military time. I should change that. Scorpion doesn't like it. He can't tell time if it's in military. He's not cheap. Tons of snow. Okay, so that's one mod. I do have another mod where I can speed time up. And so we're going to go into the next day. And it's just as easy as that. You hit the 0 button on the keyboard, not on the number pad, but on the keyboard, and it'll speed the time up for you. We're waiting for it to catch up here. This needs lime. I didn't lime anything. No business like snow, business like no business, I know. Yeah, that's the rude man way for you right there. That's how you haul some straw. Jeez. Oh, we've got 2 silos here. This is your crop silo, and I like it that you can just walk up to it. It tells you what's in it. We've got straw and wheat in it, and then this is a dryer. Silage maker. So right now I've got grass running and straw, and it's making silage. Now you can make hay as well, and you make hay out of just grass, and you can make it out of chaff. So if you're having chaff, and I did the corn because I want to make chaff out of the corn. So we'll do that when the time comes. Nah, not yet, Bane. I'm working on the right now. I'm working on the easy stuff. The very like I couldn't find a decent combine, so I did that. The tractors, I'm working on that type of thing first. The things that I'm using just on the normal things. I haven't done any mulching yet, so the free water. I had to do the free water right away. Now there's an auto load trailer for the cotton bales. It's semi-auto. You have to use controls to do it, but it's easy. It's fairly easy to use. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for crops here. Let's go another day. Uh-oh. Bad weather. We're into August now. Bane says to mulch after every harvest and roll after you seed, and it gives you good yields. Yeah, it probably would. I mean, I screwed up and didn't even put lime on or anything. These fields are okay, but this one I didn't get lime on this cornfield yet. I don't know what the heck happened. I did get it fertilized though. Look at that rain. Has anybody seen it snow? The snow looks better than it did in the mod, but every snowflake is identical to every other snowflake, which that's not real. Snowflakes are individual people, you know. Jordan! Where did I get it? Jordan wants to know where I got the hyper speed. Well, there are 2 different mods. I think. Let me get that question again. Where'd you get your time mod? The time mod is called Real Time. I get everything from Mod Hub US or from Giant Mod Hub page. Although I don't go to that very often because it never enters my mind to. But yeah, that's where I got the time mod. It's very configurable. You can put a whole ton of stuff up there in that time mod. And there's several different speed mods that you can get. This one that I'm using is pretty simple. You hit 1, and this is how fast you go. You can't even tell I'm flying. Look, if you look real close, you can see I'm moving. Why they wanted one that damn slow, I don't know. If you hit 2, then it goes faster than normal. If you hit 3, it goes ludicrous speed. And then if you hit 0, it goes back to default. So there's your default speed right there. And then this is one I use. I use it in 2, which is reasonable. It's at least you can control it. So anyway, I'm still waiting for crops to grow. I'm waiting. I don't have anything to do. It's too early in the game. There's nothing for me to do until there's a crop to exploit. So I'm kind of speeding up time a little bit, waiting for things to grow. So let me do it again. We're going to get into winter, aren't we? Yeah, we're in September, still in fall. All right. And then let's wait for time to catch up. It takes a minute. There it goes. Time's catching up, so. See if the corn's ready. It's still growing. It's growing very slowly. Give it a few minutes here. Now, I don't have any cotton, but speaking of cotton, I modded, I did mod a cotton harvester. I didn't do the John Deere yet. I don't usually use the John Deere. I did the Case International, so you can see I got a mod over here of the Case. And the Case is different. The Case does a big square bale, a module bale they call it. And the John Deere does a round bale. Now, the John Deere only does 10,000 size bale, but it's round. The Case does a 20,000 bale, and it comes out in a module. And interestingly enough, though, I like the Case better because I like the square bales. Well, they're not square. It's a big rectangular looking thing. But I like it a little bit better. Now, I modded it to do a little bit faster speed. The harvesters are very small. They're not very wide, and they're very slow. They only get 6 miles an hour. So I modded it to do 17 miles an hour. And also, look at the price. $485,000 versus $847 for the John Deere. I think you're paying for the paint on that thing. Or something. I don't know. It seems awful expensive. But I haven't modded it yet. I had to do the live stream, so I had to stop modding. Like I said, I've been modding for 2 days. I haven't actually got to play the game. But I'm doing just a couple things at a time. Nothing yet. Still growing. Cotton Eye Joe. That's part of Scorpion's intellectual humor. Is it hard to mod? Bane, it depends on what kind of modding you're doing. It's actually not that hard to do a lot of the stuff that I do. The thing is, let's say, for example, this is a brand new game, and I told you one of the first thing I modded was a Case International Harvester. I did because nobody else had a mod on it yet, so I did it myself. And what you have to do is you have to get Giant's editor, and you have to go into the Giant editor, and you have to clone, or what we call rip. You have to rip a copy of the Combine out so that you can use it, you can mod it. And then it depends on what you're trying to mod. In most cases, all I want is a Combine that holds maybe a little bit more grain, and maybe the Combine just harvests a little bit faster than normal. That's generally what I'm looking for. And so that's a pretty easy thing to do. You just take a good word editor program and pull out the XML and adjust it. It's not very hard, really. The only other thing you do if you don't want to do the Giant editor. Now, Giant editor can be a little bit complicated to use. It depends on, again, what you want to mod. If you're modding maps, things like that can get kind of complicated. But if you don't have Giant editor and you don't want to use it, you can actually go in and download a mod and then just remod it. A lot of the stuff I have is a remodded mod. Like I did not mod this Bredel by myself. I didn't do it myself. I took somebody else's mod and I changed it to do what I wanted it to do. And so I didn't have to use Giant editor to do that. Lost photographs. It's messed up as I work on their server storage solution and they buy aftermarket parts left and right. Yes. With John Deere, you're paying for the right to not be able to repair your tractor if it breaks. Well, there was a thing on that, actually. Wasn't there a thing in Congress about repairing your own farm equipment? I'll bet. Oh, Bane, I've got tutorials on modding, and that modding hasn't changed. It's just that you're using XMLs now. They used to use a different LUA, but yeah, I've got mods on there how to do it. I've got mods on my YouTube page. If you go back and look, I've got tutorials. Sorry. I've done several tutorials on how to do this, the very simple mods. Like I don't like to pay for water, so I modded a water site up here. I modded a water site to be free. So there's a water site right here. There's a water trigger right there. You can bring your tanker over here and get free water from the pond. Now, that's normal. A lot of farmers would put a small pond in their pasture area so that the rainwater would fill it so that the cattle can drink. Unless you live in Oregon, it's free water. In Oregon, Oregon has legislated that the rainwater belongs to them. The rainwater belongs to the state. If you collect rainwater without a permit, you will get sued by the state. We're waiting for them to start charging us for the air we breathe. I'm not sure if that's very far off. Yeah, big deal with the feds. Yeah, I didn't really look into it very much, but I heard there was something going on about that. Oh, shoot. Scorpion, did you see that? It works. It works. All right. Why didn't it work with the fertilizer bags? I couldn't lift the fertilizer bags. Jorgen, who's talking about grapes? Scorpion? Well, now it works. You know what I think it was? Remember this morning I was modding and I kept going in and out of the game to test things? I bet I didn't turn it on. I had turned it on earlier and I must have left the game and came back in and just assumed that I still had it on. All right, here's what I wanted to do. I wanted to see if I take this. Here, let me toss it. I wanted to see if I took that, if I could store it somehow, if I put it on the grate, on the, yeah, on this grate thing. Will it take it? No. I was hoping it would empty. Doesn't. Oh, what was that? Wait a minute. What was that? Look at that. It does. Sweet. All right. That's good. All right. I needed to know that. So now I should have fertilizer in the storage. I do. I have lime in storage now. Ah, sweet. Sweet. All right. Let me head past September here. All right, we're into October and it's raining again. Okay, I'm going to wait for time to catch up here. Scorpion and I were talking about grapes. Were we talking about sour grapes or just regular grapes? Dennis, how are you? Thanks for coming by. Appreciate it. Dennis is in the house. Hope you're doing well, Dennis. Charging for rain is ridiculous. Well, that's the state of Oregon. Listen, Oregon is one of the only states in the nation that has income tax on Social Security. So when you retire and you're getting Social Security, you have to pay income taxes on that in the state of Oregon. All the other states, your Social Security's already been taxed. So I don't know how they get away with that. I'm doing good, Dennis. What's with France and air balloons? France has a thing with air balloons, don't they? It might have something to do with they say wee all the time. Don't ask. Wayne, Texas is taxed too. Is Texas taxed for Social Security? They probably need it. Joe Doke's in the house. Thank you, Dennis. I appreciate it. I really do. Look, there's another balloon. I wonder if I can fly up that high. The flight system in 22 doesn't work as good as it did in 19. The Seed Hawk? Is that the one you were talking about, Scorpion? Evan's in the house. Hey, Evan. How you doing today? Hope you're doing well. Scorpion, were you talking about the Seed Hawk earlier? Joe says it's out. I haven't seen it yet. Yeah, look, I'm inside a balloon. Just call me a balloon head. Where's the basket? Nobody's flying this balloon. Weird. Is this one of the 99 Luft? No, it's red. The Luft balloons are red, aren't they? All right, I'm still waiting. Still waiting for my crops. How long does it take? Yeah, that sounds about right, Jordan. Sounds about right. They're just money hogs. Okay, I still don't have anything to do, so I'm going to go on into the next phase here. All right, let's let time catch up here. Ah, look at that. The canola finally turned yellow. That took a while. It's November. Good Lord. Oh, look. It looks like maybe I can do corn now. It's ready. All right, good. Let's get our combine. Get in the old combine here. Look at Kenny Rogers driving today. Hey, Kenny. How's it going? I can drive on this field. I don't own it. I know. I'm trying to avoid seasons altogether. And I've got it turned off anyway. Yeah, I gave it a shot. How long have I been playing Seasons, Scorpion? I played it for 5 or 6 months, and I said I never would. And then nobody thanked me for playing it. I only did it for you guys because I hate Seasons. I keep saying, listen, if I wanted to do that hard of work, I'd be a farmer in real life. I'd buy me some acreage and plant it, man. I don't want to work that hard. This is a game. I just want to have fun. Let's unfold this bad boy. A vehicle control add-on? Yeah, I saw that. I'm kind of waiting on a lot of stuff and see if there's, if somebody's works a little bit better. Okay, whoa. Wait a minute. I was going to make chaff out of this. I didn't want to harvest it. I forgot. I planted it for a different purpose. Let's go in here and let's look for Forage Harvesters. And Forage Harvester, I got a mod. This Eagle mod, let's get that. Short pipe, long pipe, short pipe, middle pipe, short pipe, long pipe. I'm going to get the long pipe. I don't know why. just because. And, oh, wait, I want Michelin's. I like the wide tires. We'll get that. And the biggest engine I can get. And then main color, I don't care what the color is. But I got to have Rude Man, so let's do that. And make it blue. On the American map, blue is the default color. Let's just pop this in here. Give it an OK. And do that. Now there's a trailer that comes with this outfit, so let's see if we can find it. Let's pop out here. Okay, there's my mod. That's my mod. Eagle, there it is. Let's get that. And let's see if we've got the Michelin's standard. I don't care. I'll leave it standard. Cover. I want the cover because I think it's cool. Main color, I don't care. Rim color, I don't care. And again, like Scorpion mentioned, I wish we could do... I wish there was a save for the license plates. And maybe there'll be somebody do a mod on that somehow. Someday. I don't have time. Alrighty. Let's see. Looks pretty compact, doesn't it? Yeah, I'm looking for a bigger map as well. So Andy says he got the inspector map. Is it actually the inspector map or a version of it? Because a lot of stuff is coming out that isn't the full thing we used to have. You know what I mean? So there's a version of a very light developer's tool out. And for what it does okay. It's basically all it's doing is taking the console commands and putting them in a point and click thing so that you don't have to type it in. But let's see, hang on, let's see, pipe out, unload here. Open cover is a Z. I guess I need a header, don't I? All right. Headers, corn headers, forage harvester headers. What am I looking for? I'm looking for the Eagle Pack mod. We've got that one. 345 plus. Anybody see what the difference is? That's a deer and that's a Kemper. Is that the only difference? They're both the same price. They both do the same thing. Huh. Well, hey, I'll get the deer if it's the same price. Why not? All right, let me go get that. I got a tractor in the way. Let's move that thing. Oh, I read what Artie Glenn said. I read it incorrectly. And now I'm embarrassed. And it's getting worse. Now we're talking about angling dangles. I thought she said the titty bitty things. And then I started looking what Scorpion was saying. I thought, well, I must have been right. And I looked, no, I wasn't. And thank God I've got my studio door closed so Carol can't hear me. Otherwise, she'd be in here boxing my ears right now. And she doesn't care whether you can hear or not, by the way. She'll come in and smack my ass if I deserve it. Oh, I thought I hooked up to it. What? All right. What the heck? Can I not hook up to that? What's happening? Why can't I hook up to that? There it is. You have to hit the sweet spot, I guess. Need sunglasses. Oh, he went with the fishing term there. Rock Ridge? I remember Rock Ridge, Bane. Yeah, I had a lot of fun on Graceland. I played Graceland probably more than any other map. Somebody asked me one time, Rudy, what's your favorite map? Well, God, that's a loaded question. I've played hundreds of maps over the years. So I've got going on 6,500 hours on this stupid game. And I thought about that. How could I tell which game would be my most favorite? And I thought, well, you know what? I'll go back and look and see how much time I spent playing each game. And the one I spent the most time on will be probably the one I liked the best. Okay, this is not right. Fold harvesting header, turn on harvester, unfold the pipe. All right, well, I can do that. Okay, turn on the header. Pipe. Okay. Is it working? I guess it is. Okay, we're dribbling, as Scorpion would say. It's not shooting out, is it? It's just kind of dribbling. I'm gonna hire somebody because I can't drive straight. Who do we have working? All right, we got Steve. Steve, the farmer. I asked a question about patrons. Like, it's not Lynn, it's Arctic Lynn. Scorpion is Scorpion's Edge. Andy is Andy Tom. But this time when I did it, I just put like first names in. So that's Steve the farmer, and Lynn would be Lynn and not Arctic Lynn. And I asked the question if that was okay or if I should put the full name in. Steve responded, said, hey, I know who I am. It's perfectly fine if you just say Steve. And I said, okay. I do have several Johns, though. But I think I only have one John now that is still a patron. And for those of you that aren't familiar with my channel, the patrons get all the mods I make in a downloadable form, so they can go if they want any of the mods I'm using, they can just go straight to my one page and download anything I've got. And I do have one going now there for FS22. So if you need a link to that, let me know if you're a patron. Jorgen says he remembers Goldcrest Valley. There's a lot of mods made out of Goldcrest Valley. Okay, guys, I'm getting thirsty. I can't help it. Let me get my koozie out. I'm jonesing for a Mountain Dew. And some people are saying, what happened? Because it's always Mountain Dew lately. Because normally I switch off between, say, you know, Dr. Pepper or even, this is what I drink the most. That's what I drink the most because there's no caffeine in it. I'm not allowed to have caffeine from several doctors. But Mountain Dew and Dr. Pepper both have caffeine in it. And so Carol, my wife, only lets me have a Mountain Dew when I live stream, and I only live stream twice a week. So I'm thinking that a little bit of caffeine twice a week isn't going to kill me. And I'm giving the finger to the doctors, so there you go. Now, the reason why lately I've been drinking more Mountain Dew is because that's what I have mostly of. I've only got 1 or 2 Dr. Peppers left, and they're very special to me. The other reason is when I drink Mountain Dew, this is what I do when you're not able to see me. The caffeine hits me really hard, and I start doing that cat dance. All right, here we go. You know, there's nothing less satisfying than when you pop the top on a soda and it doesn't go. I've had a few of those. All right, here goes first sip. Oh my, that's cold. And so refreshing. All right. I got a problem here, so as you can see, that I need to take care of. So let's hang on. Let me see what I can do. I think a tractor will take care of that, won't they? Should be able to hook up to that thing with a tractor. You'd die if you only had caffeine twice a week. I used to be a Pepsi-holic, and I used to drink so much Pepsi that when I was told I couldn't drink it anymore and I stopped, oh my God. I had caffeine. It's like tunnel vision, headaches I couldn't touch with anything. I had such bad headaches from the caffeine and the Pepsi that I wasn't getting. And that lasted 2 or 3 weeks. It was just awful. Getting down off of caffeine. Okay, so it looks like the lime is in the way now. I like the way they shift now. They shift and the gas and clutch pedals work. Look at that. The only thing I don't like about the shifts, when they shift, the guy leans over like he's getting ready to crack a fart. Not every time, but once in a while, you'll watch him. It's like he's lifting one cheek to let one rip.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, Andy. All right, what's happening here? I think this trailer's a little bit heavy for this tractor. Man, he's struggling. Whoa, he's having a hard time. I am, Lori. I sure am. How are you doing? Did you get your game running? I saw you on Discord the other night, but I was recording, and I couldn't come in and chat. But I saw you and Andy had quite a conversation, and I didn't get to read all of it, but it sounded like you were making progress on getting your game. All right, I'm putting this lime away. Get it out of the way. Well, I'm glad, Lori. I'm very glad. My brother is about a year and a half younger than I am. And every time I've seen him in the last 20 years, he would have a large coffee in one hand and a Monster drink in the other. And he would do that all day long. And I kept telling him, my God, man, you're going to have a heart attack. Well, sure enough, about 2-3 years ago, he had a massive heart attack. He had to have like a quadruple bypass and all kinds of crap. And I said, I told you, man, stuff's to kill you. I can't imagine drinking that stuff that way. I really kind of freaked out when I heard that a lot of high schools had those Monster drink vending machines in the high school. And I thought, my God, they need to get those out of high schools. These kids are going to be having heart attacks at 17. Mountain Dew and wild berry Skittles in high school. That sounds good. I didn't drink Mountain Dew actually until I became diabetic. My son drinks a lot of it. He's young though. He's young, healthy. You guys need to see. My son is over 6'3", and I'm barely 5'8", and my wife's shorter than I am. You see a picture of me and him together. It's like, he puts his arm out and it's over my head. Norway doesn't have Mountain Dew? Wow, that should be against the law to not have Mountain Dew. All right, now that everything's out of that guy's way, is he going to start moving now? Can't remember who was working that. Steve the farmer was. Steve follows all the laws, though. There's something in the way, he won't hit it. What? Sickly sweet? All right, well, I got that taken care of. That was a duty. A duty. I said duty. Duty that needed to be done. Look how pretty these trees are. Okay, so the canola is still growing. Canola's pretty when it's growing. We do a lot of canola in some of the states that live around Washington. A little bit in Oregon, but mostly Washington. A lot of farming done in Washington State. And they do a lot of canola. It's pretty when it's growing. It looks ugly when it's ready to harvest. All right. That thing is... Quit! I want it. Let me in. Oh, guess what? They've got the X button on the controller is the left mouse key. or something. I can't get in the tractor. I'm gonna have to use my keyboard to get in. Wait a minute. How do you get in it? Enter vehicle. It's supposed to be E. Why can't I enter the vehicle? Why can't I enter the vehicle? Well, shoot dang. Did that turn it off? Disabled. Can I get in my tractor now? Thank you. That's going to be a pain in the butt. I broke it. Yeah, that's why I tried to tell my brother. That's why I tried to tell my brother Evan. I said, "Man, that's too much." Because literally, like I said, he would have a coffee in one hand and a Monster drink. I don't know if it was Monster, but it was something similar. If it wasn't Monster, I don't drink any of those, so I don't know what they are. Well, I do know what they are. I just don't know all the brands and stuff. But yeah, he, I mean, that was just double fisting that stuff. And yeah, I think I could. I think I could, Scorpion, because that's what I've been doing, and it's been working. It wasn't until I tried to get in it by just hitting the button, or the E key. Now the E key's not working. Why is the E key not working? Maybe the E key's not working at all. I don't know. Crazy. It's crazy. I am upset I can't wash my cars like I used to. And my equipment. Just by hitting a button. I haven't bought a thing yet. I can't actually get rid of this water now because I have free water. So, should probably do that. Alrighty then. Construction. Okay, so to get rid of something, all you have to do is hit this demolish and click on it, and it's gone. That's all you gotta do. Now, I'm looking for that thing that I just deleted, that water tank. I'm looking for that in a giant editor because I want to mod it to be free. Because it's convenient. I can put a water tank. It's not so bad now, but if I get animals, I'm going to want water close to the animals. I don't want to have to drive, 5 miles away to get water. What the hell? It's raining and there's barely a cloud in the sky. That's kind of weird. Is that guy full? Alright, I'm going to have to take over for Stevie here. And dump the chaff. Okay, I tell you what, for the time being, I'm going to see if I can put it in Maurice. Whoa! What's he doing? What did he find? Oh, he's trying to put it in the hay loft. Don't do that. Or that trailer, maybe. He was trying to shoot it clear across the farm into that trailer over there. I hope I can store this stuff. Looks like it. Sweet. The green one? Is that the jealous one? I know. I found that out the other day, Lynn. Back in the old game, it wouldn't harvest at all. Now, it's just not efficient because it's wet, I guess. So we'll have to wait for the sun to come out. The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow. What's your bottom dollar? I keep all mine on the top. Better that way, I think. Lynn. Yeah, that's too much information. All right, so I can't do anything at all while it's raining, so let's kind of hit this a little bit. There we go. I'll give it a second to catch up. And then we'll see about taking over here. Yes, seeing the sun will come out tomorrow. That's almost like sitting around a campfire singing Kumbaya. Kiss my grits? What? Yeah, trees are so pretty. They're so pretty. Oh, so pretty. I'm doing this the hard way. I'll be like that guy that used to pick the coffee beans. Remember him? Juan Valdez. He used to pick the coffee beans one at a time. Good old Juan. Yeah, don't get up early and expect a cup of coffee because he's still out there picking beans one at a time. Anybody remember that commercial? That's an old one. Juan Valdez. Wonder what that guy got paid for working that damn slow. Everybody else comes in. They got great big bags of coffee beans. Where's Juan? He's got 2 or 3 of them already. His pocket's getting full. I never did drink coffee, but there's nothing like the smell. And you get up in the morning, and somebody in the kitchen would pop open a brand new can of coffee because the things are they're sealed. So when you, or they used to be, I don't know. I don't drink coffee, but I remember that when they would open them, they would sound like a pop can being opened. You know, that psh. And the aroma coming out of that coffee can was something that I can still remember, even though I've never drank coffee in my life. Yeah, he got paid by the hour. I bet he did. He's got a special deal. He probably had stock in the company or something. All right, this is a slow process, isn't it? We'll get her done. I found out something that is actually true that I didn't know, but I always said. And that is, there's a comedian by the name of Larry the Cable Guy. And I used to say, when he first came out, was getting popular, I used to say, I bet you that guy speaks like an English professor in real life, and that's a phony accent. And it is. I saw him in an interview talking with Ron White and what the hell's the other guy's name? The one that always talked about you might be a redneck. What the hell was his name? Anyway, he's the big shot comedian, and he gave those other guys a he helped them out a lot by having them on his tour and stuff. But Jeff Foxworthy, not Bill Engvall. Bill Engvall wasn't there. It was Jeff Foxworthy and Larry the Cable Guy and some girl comedian, and they were having a talk about it's all about Jeff Foxworthy and how he got started and stuff like that, and like a documentary. And Larry the Cable Guy sitting there talking, and he sounds just like me and you. There's no accent, and if there is, it's very faint. And I had to laugh because I knew it. All those years ago, I said, I bet that guy's is just talking that way to be funny. Bill Engvall was the bourbon guy? Maybe. Oh, the one with bourbon on stage, that's Ron White. He's always got a drink in his hand. And I thought he was funny at first, but in his later shows, he's just filthy. I mean, I don't see a point in bad language that's not necessary. And he had a lot of it. I really think you can be funny without being, filthy. And why am I not able to get this guy to work? It was Chris. Why did he stop? Is he full? Huh. All right, well, I'm going to go empty it. Maybe he's full. Doesn't look like it. Bill Engvall. Bill Engvall was funny, and he didn't tell dirty jokes and stuff. He might tell a joke about husband and wife and kind of thing, but it wasn't full of the F word and the it wasn't that kind of humor. I appreciate somebody that can be funny without throwing an F-bomb every 5 minutes. Yeah, it's just, I kind of look at it, I remember when people were in school, and when they got to a certain age, the potty humor was gone. They grow out of the potty humor. Little kids, they love, and you can walk into a room of kindergarten kids and say, look at that dog poop on the ground, and they'll just burst out giggling, and they won't stop. Little kids like potty humor. And there was a time that once you got at a certain age, the potty humor kind of went away, and you matured into a different kind of humor. I don't know what's going on here. You try to hire Okay, Craig's working now. Craig will do it. Anyway, if you think about today, though, kids that are 35 and 36 are still into potty humor. It doesn't take much to make them giggle, you know. It's like, so all you have to do is just drop the F word and they're just laughing like hell, you know. It's not, I don't know what's funny about it, but they seem to think that, you know, anything to do with body fluids is hilarious. And, you know, or body activities or that kind of thing. Craig's gonna quit. What? You're not gonna get your buckets of grain if you quit. But yeah, it's that people aren't maturing like they used to. I mean, I left home when I was 15 and had 2 jobs. You know, kids now in their 30s and 35, they're still living in the basement. So I think humor has changed a little bit. And if you think about it, I saw a comedian not too awful long ago that said, have you ever stopped and watched comedians nowadays? When they tell jokes, back in the day, people used to clap and laugh, or they used to laugh at the jokes, but now they clap instead of laughing at jokes. And the reason is that a lot of the jokes are political now. If you say something about Trump that they think is funny, or they, you know, oh, Trump's an idiot, that's what you hear. You don't hear any laughing. Even if they said something about him that was funny, they don't laugh. They clap. It's different now than it used to be. I think it'd be hard to be a comedian nowadays. Silent but deadly. There you go. Who let it off first? You know who's best at that? That little guy that used to play in not Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones. The little guy, Peter Dinkley. Is that his name? Or Dinkle Winkle? He's perfect because he can go in an elevator and cut one off, and you know, it's like. It's like that Thanksgiving joke I told you about the kid and, oh geez, what happened? And the dog. Is that just fertilizer? That's just fertilizer. Okay, I tell you what, I'm gonna put that in. Oh, wait a minute, I can't. That's liquid. That's liquid. I don't think I can store that. I don't think this is going to go into... I don't see how it could. It ain't working. All right. Doesn't work. I didn't think it would. We'll put it back in. Andy's purring. Why are you purring, Andy? Yeah, I never watched the show. I read the books up to a point. I read the books up to the point where they just weren't very good anymore. And then I stopped reading his books. I actually have season 1 and season 2 on DVD, and I've never took the plastic off of them. I watched about 3 or 4 episodes of season 1 and didn't like it, so I stopped watching it, and I'd already bought the seasons. Yeah, I don't even think I watched that long. I tell you what, there was a point where there were two guys in a hot tub or something, and they were doing untoward things to each other, and I thought, okay, I'm not watching this. Alrighty. Is that guy done yet? Well, that guy is Craig. Craig, are you done yet? I wanna move on so I can get this canola picked up. It was only good up to season 5. How many seasons was there? I know it went for a long time. I do know that. I'm no prude, but I don't. There's just certain stuff that is better left. I'll tell you what. It's my honest to God opinion that 98% of human beings shouldn't be seen without their clothes on. And the other 2% are only that way because they spent, all day in a beauty parlor or something. You have to laugh at these actors and stuff because most of them look like me and you. It's just that before they go in front of the camera, they've spent, 3 or 4 hours in a chair being made up. Okay, let's see. Forage Harvester. All right, let's fold that up. And let me see if I can put the pipe away. I probably would have been fine with just the small pipe. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Yeah, Greg's on a go slow kick. I'm going slow and easy. Who doesn't listen? Are you guys talking to me again? Protest on better play? I missed it. What am I missing? The books are awesome. Show was good. The season 5 they caught up with the books and did their own thing. I didn't like season 5. Well, if you think about it, he hasn't written a whole lot of books. So there's a lot of the show that wasn't necessarily from the book. Uh-oh. What? There we go. On purpose? What's on purpose? I didn't do it. You guys forget I'm actually trying to play the game. I can't see all the chat. I've told Scorpion, I said, wouldn't it be nice if I didn't have to look at the chat at all? Some of these YouTubers, they couldn't look at the chat if they wanted to. Can you imagine doing a live stream with 1,000 or 2,000 people watching? How could you ever see any of the comments? Hey, Leslie. How are you? Leslie says she's my best friend again. All right, come on. Catch up. canola. Well, even if they do put it on slow mode, Lori, it still goes pretty damn fast. She says she's good. That's good. Uh, did she tell you she deserves an ice cream cone or something? Carol bought me some ice cream sandwiches. Man, I went through the box in about 2 days. Went through the whole box. She bought two kinds. She bought one was supposed to be gourmet ice cream or something, and they're very expensive. I ate one of them and then put the box back in the fridge, and I said, you could give those to the kids. Where's the ones that are like a penny a piece? I like those. And Addie went to the dollar store the other day, and she came in, and she came walking in, Papa. I said, yeah, I got something special. I said, what's that? She said, I went to the dollar store, and she pulls out these box of these little, they look like plastic bottles, but they're made out of wax, and they've got like Kool-Aid in them. And so you take them and you bite the top off and spit it out, or in her case, chew it up, and then you suck the juice out of the little wax bottle, and then she likes to chew the wax and then spit it into a cup. So it's almost like she's spitting and chewing, tobacco or something. But we sat there and went through that whole box. I said to her, there's only one thing better than this, Addie. She says, what's that? And I said, pixie sticks. I used to eat those damn pixie sticks until my tongue and the roof of my mouth were raw. I love those things. Well, we're in December and canola's not ripe yet, so time to move on. Let's get some snow. Does it snow in France? Because we're in France. Uh-oh, there went the canola. Imagine Siri reading all the messages out. That would actually be pretty funny. The fake SIGs? Oh, yeah. Pixie sticks are Smarties. That basically, they're the same thing, really. I think, except the Pixie sticks is dust. Ground up Smarties. I loved Smarties. My favorite thing was corn nuts. Well, I can't eat those anymore. They break your teeth off. And I'm proud to say I still have every one of my own teeth. Except for the wisdom teeth, they got pulled. Popeye cigarettes. Does Elm Creek have dried corn? Elm Creek have dried corn? I don't know. Scorpion? Do you remember seeing dry corn? I've got a corn dryer. I don't know if I can mod it for 22 or not. You can't do fake cigarettes anymore? I wouldn't be surprised if that wasn't true. I wouldn't be surprised if the government came in and said, you can't have those because it makes kids want to smoke. Oh, all those commercials that, all the movies and stuff where people smoke and all kinds, that doesn't make them want to smoke. Pez are dangerous. I can't tell you how many times I've choked trying to pop a Pez back in my throat. We're in January already. What happened to Christmas? I got snow in February the other day in one of my maps that I was testing out. All right, let's get the combine out. Time to go to work. guys ever collect the Pez dispensers? There used to be people that would collect those things. All right, let's see if I can get my header here without too much trouble. You hit the poppers with a rock? We used to put them in Coca-Cola and stuff. Alrighty, well, I'll tell you what I did. When I modded this thing, in the old days, I'd mod this thing to do about 24 miles an hour. In this game, the physics has changed, and the equipment bounces around too much. You know, they even put force feedback on it. If you have a wheel, there's force feedback on this thing. So if you run over a curb with your truck, your whole steering wheel is going to bounce around. I put it on 24, and I hired a worker, and it was bouncing so much it was skipping wheat or skipping fruit. So I had to slow it down. So now I've slowed it down to about 17 miles an hour, and it seems to work pretty good. So I had to slow it down. But even so, 17 is pretty fast. We used to take candy bars like Milky Way and Three Musketeers, and we would take popsicle sticks and stick them in the end and put them in the freezer. And we would eat them like that. And at one point, a candy company made a candy bar called a milkshake that they put popsicle sticks in, and you got them out of the freezer. Because I remember going to the store. We had a little local grocery store ran by a couple of old maids that inherited it from their folks, and if you don't know what an old maid is, these are ladies in their 60s that had never been married, two sisters, and they used to have those milkshakes in their freezer where you went to get popsicles and Nutty Buddies, if you know what a Nutty Buddy is, ice cream sandwiches, and you could get these milkshakes. It's just a candy bar. It's like a Milky Way. Andy wants some Poppy Poppers. So anyway, 17 miles an hour is good enough. It's better than the original, because the normal combine does. Let's see here. $18 miles an hour. That's not 18 miles an hour is not right. That's road speed. Now, if you're not aware, the harvest speed on combines does not come from the combine. It comes from the header. So you got to go to the header. And if we look at a 45-foot header right here, it's only 6 miles an hour. So I've got mine modded to do 17 miles an hour. So that's where the speed comes from on a header, not from the combine. Scorpion's always behind on the typing. I say it, and I've already said. Yeah, Evan, I've been using it for about a week now. I gotta check my blood sugar. So I took a shot of this one just before I started this thing. Hey, perfect, great. I'm doing good. I was afraid I was gonna have to eat a candy bar. Parents are idiots. Why would somebody give a pop rock to a baby? I guess Lynn's right. Parents are idiots. We couldn't afford the candy cigarettes. We just used a stick off a tree, put it in our mouth, pretend it was a cigarette. We tried to light them up, but they wouldn't stay lit very long because the tree limb was green. We'd go through a whole box or a whole book of matches trying to light up a stick. They used to make candy cigars. I think that at one point they had a candy cigar that was just, like a big piece of gum. Yes, why they were banned, I suppose. Well, yeah, it's the same thing. If you buy a microwave and you get a warning on there, do not try to dry your dog in the microwave after you've given it a bath. You got to know the reason they have a warning like that is somebody probably did it. Gum cigarettes, yeah. We used to get the Bazooka Joe bubble gum to read the comics in them. The Bazooka Joe, the wrapper had a comic in it, like a comic book. And we used to buy those just to read the comics out of it. Until they watched Gremlins. I haven't seen that movie in a long time. As a matter of fact, we just talked about that movie because Carol came in and asked me one day about Hoyt Axton, if I knew who Hoyt Axton was. And I said, yeah, he's a country singer, but he played the father in the Gremlins. And she said, oh, I didn't know that he was a country singer. I said, yeah, that's what he is, but he played in some movies too. Oh, I remember that, Lori. Except for it was pink. If I remember right. They didn't want to confuse it with real chew. If I remember, it was pink. Big League Chew, that's what it was. Welcome back, Lynn. All right, we're going to test something out here. Let me see if I got the right mod in here. If you guys remembered, I had this mod last Tuesday, and I put like 40,000 units of grain in it, and it almost couldn't pull it. It got stuck, if you remember. I think I fixed that. So I think this one holds 150 now, and I don't think I'm gonna have any trouble pulling. So let me make sure. See if I fixed it at all. Whoop! Back here. Back here. Bubble tape. Yeah, Addie gets that all the time. Dots on paper? I tell you, I had some really... I tell you something I haven't had in a long time. Does anybody remember sugar babies and sugar daddies? I used to like those, but my favorite were Milk Duds. I loved Milk Duds. And then they came out with hot tamales. Now, one of my favorites now is the extra hot tamales. I like those a lot. Beeman's and clove and blackjack. You remember the blackjack? It was a licorice gum. Back jujubes? Yeah, we used to throw those in the movie theaters. We'd buy a box of jujubes and throw them down from the balcony. Don't ask me why. Okay, so this has 25%. It's almost 40,000. So this tractor's I've modded to 150,000, and it has absolutely no trouble pulling anything now. Wee-haw! I shouldn't get stuck anymore. But I'm going to leave it in there and test it. I want to put more in there. So we'll see if it'll hold more. I got to test it. Test it. Sour Patch Kids. Yeah, kids like those. Yeah, if you're talking about jujubes, you're aging yourself. What do they call that? You're telling your age. A recipe for sour gummies. They do that now. I saw a guy that had a recipe for Twinkies. When Hostess stopped making Twinkies, I watched a video about a guy that had the recipe for making Twinkies, and you can make your own Twinkies. Yeah, I'm glad I'm not. I shouldn't say I don't like. It doesn't have anything to do with like or dislike. I feel uncomfortable around old people. And I don't know why. Well, I kind of do. I kind of do know why. But, yeah, it's not, I shouldn't say, well, I don't like old people. Like, I try not to say hate. I think, I don't hate anything. I dislike a whole lot of stuff. But I don't really hate anything. Really. I mean, hate's a strong word. Yeah, it has to be something really bad for me to say I hate that. Well, they're back, but have you noticed they're not as big? Nothing as big as it used to be. Have you noticed Nally's chili in the can? The cans are smaller. And hey, buy a bag of potato chips and you open it up and it's half full. Now, I think I might know why that is. Because they kind of put air in the bag so that the bags don't get all crushed. Because otherwise you open up a bag of chips and you got nothing but chip dust. So I think that's why a bag of potato chips is like that. But any other thing, like things that'll come in a can, you'll open up the can and it's half full. What's that all about? Right, we'll put a little bit more canola in this. A little bit more in. Twinkies and cockroaches, two things that survive a nuclear war. Yeah. There was a comedian I used to watch. Has anybody had the I don't know what they call it. It's a kind of bread that doesn't have it's a bread like you'd make a sandwich out of, and it doesn't. There's no something in it. It's like diet bread. It's supposed to be healthy for you, I guess. And this guy's doing a commercial of it, and he says, "Geez, this stuff, you can't even put butter on it. The butter just rolls right off." He said, "This thing's like eating one of those heat things off of a spaceship." Is like 100 years from now, somebody's going to dig up one of these pieces of toast, and then they're going to say, that it was this is one of those heat sink things from a space shuttle. All right, who's working? Matt's working, but this isn't going to work, is it? Okay. Yeah, I got to stop Matt. Sorry, Matt. Let's go up to the top edge. Try it. See what happens here. We're not going completely north, south, east, west here, so it's kind of hard to hire somebody because they're going to come to a sharp point at some point. Let's see what happens. I've hired Craig again. Craig, you're just a working fool today. Gluten-free, maybe that's it. You know what? Carol laughs at me because when we go to a restaurant, let's say we go to a restaurant that's serving breakfast and toast comes with your meal, or you go to a place that you have to tell them what kind of bread you want for them to make your sandwich, and they'll ask me, "What kind of bread do you want?" And I'll say, "What do you have that's not very good for you?" And they'll say white, and I said, "That's what I want." Double work? Yeah. Craig's making a killing now. You could cheat again, Craig. You could unsubscribe and subscribe again. You might get more buckets of grain. Andy's brewing beer. I'll never forget the day during the live stream that Andy is telling us about having to change a keg and him sneaking through the bedroom because his wife's asleep. And in my mind, I just pictured that story of Andy sneaking through the bedroom with a keg of beer on his shoulder, trying not to wake his wife up. And in my mind, I see this little red-headed, bearded dwarf for some reason. And I know that's not Andy. It's just how I saw it in my head. Wow, Craig's rich. He's got 195 grain buckets. Poor Andy, a redheaded. Well, as Addie would say, he's a dwarf. I don't know if you remember that video. I did a live stream with my little 5-year-old at the time. She's 13 now. I did a live stream, and we were playing World of Warcraft, and my character was a dwarf, and she was playing a gnome. And she come up and she looked at. We just logged on to the game. We just created our characters, and we met up to play. And she looked at my character and she said, "Are you a dwarf?" I just started laughing. I said, "Yeah, I'm a dwarf." Peach Shine. Where'd you get it, Wayne? Are you sure it's not peach schnapps? Okay, now you guys know I don't drink alcohol. Exactly what is schnapps? And what I mean by that is there's whiskey, there's gin. I think bourbon is also whiskey. There's brandy. But what is schnapps? How's it made? What's it made out of? I mean, dirty underwear? What do they make schnapps out of? I should have asked Goofy, Scorpion, when we were talking to Goofy. He's from Germany. Isn't schnapps from Germany? Steve the farmer. Hey, Steve, you were driving our combine earlier. And you did a bang-up job, by the way. Oh, Steve, thank you very much. Your roommate brought it? Thank you. Man, that was a delay there. Thank you, Steve. Go find my combine. 2 scoops of raisins. Raisin Bran. That used to be one of my favorite cereals. I have a hard time with it now, though, because the raisins, they're so sweet that, boy, my blood sugar goes crazy after eating a bowl of that. When I was a kid, it was the breakfast of champions. Wheaties. We ate Wheaties all the time. And then we had what we call bran flakes. They're good, but they were better after they put raisins in them. Is it full yet? Good God. Is this thing ever going to empty out? Yeah, I do, Steve. It's a different download, though. I'll have to send it to you. I'll send it to you in a direct message. Or Lynn's got it. Maybe she can give it to you. I don't know. But look, guys, this is almost full. It's 72%, and look, I'm having no trouble with it. So I have fixed the trailer. It's got 150,000 limit, and the truck pulls it just fine now. So got that going. So I've remodded this trailer. It works now, and blah 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 blah. So either way, I'll get it to you, Steve. But it's after 3 o'clock, guys. I need to get. I promised Carol I'd help her with some Christmas decorations this afternoon. We still don't have our tree up yet, We normally have the tree up right after Thanksgiving, but we haven't got there yet, so I need to work on that. But a couple things. One, remember I live stream this particular game on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 1 o'clock West Coast time, and so twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. And so keep in touch, and I'm going to take off. I hope you had fun. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your families. I'm going to be looking into getting a server, so maybe some of us can play together at some point. I want to get my modding finished or get closer with some of the modding I'm doing. In the meantime, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time. Ta-ta for now.